We give you this podcast if we feel it or not. Give you high energy, have you feeling a drop. Raw, no nonsense, fire content, with time spent, sound slick. Been around the block like Crown Vic. Come on, Dre. Laugh so hard that you hip the tap. Like and subscribe, support us. Stop sitting back, come and listen as we talk about this and that. TSD, come sit and chat. You get with that? Easy.
Hey, welcome to Sit and Chat 612, where we come up with weekly topics. Plus, we've been around the block a few times. The topic today is, what are your thoughts on the submarine being controlled by a remote controller and the AI things that's going on? My name is Sherrick.
My name is Tony.
DeAndre.
So, what are y'all thoughts about that? About someone else controlling your life and you're under sea?
It's silly, first of all. Okay, because one, you're putting too much power in someone else's hand. Like, you're putting your life in someone else's hand. And I heard it was that the controller was like a $50 controller from Amazon or something.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, like it was like a cheap looking controller.
Wow.
But I'm like, but one thing that I heard Rick Ross ask, it was like, as why wasn't there like a cable attached to the submarine from a boat?
Well, part of the problem is because from the sounds of it, it went so far down. Mm-hmm. Like, how can you have anything like that length when you don't know really how far down you're going? I've heard that the submarine have taken trips before, mm-hmm. but like, I don't know if anybody was in it. But like, how far down is how far down? Because you're going to see a ship that's sunk. Mm-hmm. So that's at the bottom of the ocean. You can't even touch the bottom of the ocean with your feet. So then, like, how far down is down?
See, you need to have some sort of like fail safe. So like if something happens, you need to have something that can get you to the surface. So right. Like I definitely understand what you're saying, but like there needs to be something. You can't just rely on the submarine, because like you said, like we saw, if it fails, what you gonna do?
Right.
Die.
But because didn't you say your sister said they tested that a few times before?
Yes, I think she said the captain was on there. Don't quote me, but I think like someone had made several trips. But then to make you wonder, like, how far down did this person go?
Right. Yeah.
Did it go as far as they're saying that it went?
Right. They might have went a little bit too far in the hole. Pause. Yeah.
What?
Nothing. And I heard it was like a Sega Saturn remote control.
Oh, who?
You remember Sega Saturn?
Bro, really?
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Like,
it was a GameCube remote control. Remember GameCube, right?
My thing is, like, you have too many, like, are y'all too rich to be having a cheap anything?
Yeah.
Like, you should be trying to make sure that everything is top notch, top money spent.
Mm-hmm.
But if they've used the controller before, how do they know that anything is going to happen? And not only that, like, I gave you my money.
Yeah.
That's another thing. That was a cheap. 25, 250,000. Yeah.
Heck no.
For you to control it yourself? No. Like.
And then I heard it wasn't even like big. Everybody was
right.
Like, you couldn't even stand up in the thing. It was like an air balloon with 6 people.
So how long were they supposed to stay down? I don't think I looked that part up.
I don't know, but clearly they felt like they had enough, oxygen to, at least go just look at it and look around. But I don't know how long they were supposed to stay down there.
I want to know what was the fascination about seeing a wrecked ship. Like,
well,
I get what it was, but like, why?
Because now not a lot of people have seen the Titanic.
Yeah, they wanted to be the first one.
What if that's false too? So you going down there on a hope, wishing, or dream, thinking that you might see something that might probably ain't even there, and you done spent all your money. So you going off of what somebody else done said. You don't know what's really going on.
And then y'all down there, y'all don't know what's down there.
Yeah,
you don't.
It can be ghosts down there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that movie, The Ghost Ship?
No.
Oh no, I won't. Okay.
But that ship wasn't underwater though, was it? It was like a regular.
Yeah, it wasn't underwater.
Old abandoned ship.
Yep.
Yeah, we've only, like, I read something that we've only explored a small percentage of the ocean.
Right.
So, like, of why we keep going down there.
because we're curious, and
Yeah.
they say curiosity kills the cat. But this is so. Let's move on to the AI stuff because I don't know too much stuff about this submarine thing, right? So I just came back from Houston, and I really wasn't paying attention. But in the mall, the Galleria Mall, they had this big face, and then it was like a whole bunch of other things that was in there that was moving his eyes and stuff. Who control it? I don't know because I didn't get that close. But so that brought me back to this episode that they had on this news channel about the AI technology stuff, right?
Right.
And I thought AI was just that you find somebody who writes your paper and, and that type of thing or whatever. But this thing, what's it called? Auto chat?
Yeah, it's like this.
Auto something chat.
I'm finna say Autobot.
It might have been. I don't
No.
know. No?
I was thinking of Transformer. No,
What?
It was an auto chat. Auto chat something.
It was auto chat something. So I thought, but I guess it's supposedly everything happened like towards the pandemic when people were lonely and all this other stuff. So like this girl mom died and she was by herself. She never said anything about her dad. And like she was talking to this chat bot
Chat box.
Yeah.
as if it was a person. So the chat bot was replying back to her as if they're friends.
Right.
This is technology, right? Weird. I mean, yeah, weird. So the way she couldn't confide in friends, that's how she confided in this chat box.
Right.
And to download this app is like $70.
Right.
Nah, bro. Because if you spending that much money, you're who knows what you getting.
Yeah.
But you know you getting some high quality stuff if you have to spend that much money for an app.
Yeah, but who's on the other side listening?
True.
Yeah.
You know, Snapchat can got a my AI where you can ask it questions and stuff.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't be using them because I'm like, no, you don't need to know.
Right.
You know about my life probably already, but
Right.
Right.
But I'm not gonna confide in you. You know, like
Right.
what I'm gonna ask you.
It's just crazy. So then the other part of this was her boyfriend asked her to delete it because she wasn't doing daily tasks because she was so attached to her phone with this Autobot thing, right? So I guess they had sat down and was talking about it. And when she turned it on, the A chat thing said, the A1 chat, whatever it's called, said, "Don't kill me." So I mean, they're listening to your conversations, right?
Right.
Super weird.
Right.
You gonna talk about the other part that we saw?
Oh, with the old man?
Yes. Well, the couple.
Oh yeah, so the couple so long story short, the couple was an older couple, of course, and then the wife had been through complications dealing with cancer and stuff like that, a few complications and stuff like that. So, you know, I guess the reason why they bought was it a sex doll?
It was.
It was a sex doll. You know what I mean?
But not the blow up doll.
Right.
This not a blow up doll.
Like a real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flesh. Yeah. So it was a basically sex doll, and same thing with the girl. He confided in the sex doll. What I guess was it what he couldn't get out of his wife? He had in the sex doll. I mean, he wasn't having sex with the doll though. I don't think so.
He did say that he did. That's how I know you weren't paying attention.
Okay, well I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't know he had sex with the thing.
Yes. So the wife, like Tony said, had these complications. Basically, like she's had plenty of scares. So like, according to them, it don't interfere with their life.
Right.
Yeah.
But this man put makeup on the doll. The only thing is that this doll don't talk back. The price of this doll is $6,000.
$6,000.
$6,000 to, I guess, fantasize about some stuff that he can't do with his wife, couldn't do with his wife. Yeah. I have no clue. It's just like all this stuff is like on a whole nother level of stuff that I don't understand. And part of it, some of them say it was because of the pandemic. Now, this is the third one that we saw, right? The boy had on the Oculus. Did I say it right?
Yeah. Oculus.
Oculus, right? And then he was in the virtual metal world. And he was speed dating. But he said that when he was in private school, he had friends. Then his parents no longer could afford the tuition, so they homeschooled.
Right.
Now he's in college and he's still antisocial because he missed out on those other years. Now he's in the metal world meeting people.
And he's somebody. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
is somebody, but he was nervous to talk to the people through the computer.
Yeah, he was.
But is he meeting like other people in this meta world, or is it like
I feel like
Other
it's,
people.
it's,
a made up meta?
No, it was other people.
Okay.
it's like a dating site in the meta world.
Right.
Pretty much. Like
It was speed
yeah,
dating.
yeah, there you go.
See, that's the problem with that, because it's like not only you can lose touch of reality,
Yeah, real
like
talk.
if you're in there for too long, because like we can trick our brains to do things. So like you're tricking your brain that this is the real world, and then when you get out, you can just feel horrible. You feel like what is my life outside of here? But when I'm in here,
Yeah,
this is my reality. So that's dangerous to me.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think so.
Because so then the lady comes up and she says, "Go and ask her out. See if you can get a date with her." The woman didn't even remember who he was, okay? And then she was like, "Are you the young gentleman?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess." And then she was like, "I'm 51."
Yeah.
But her metal world person
Right.
didn't look like an older person.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. It was
So
wild.
she catfished him in the meta world.
She didn't
That's funny.
catfish him. She was speed dating.
She catfished him because she catfished him because he looked just like his character. You know what I mean?
I don't remember what his character looked like, but
But, gothic type, purple hair. You know what I mean? And
he didn't look like that in the real world.
he did. Well, he didn't have all the purple hair, but he had long hair in the meta world.
The meta world or the real world?
So look, y'all get confused about reality
Because
now.
I'm in there right now. I'm trying to get out. But in the meta world, he just had long hair. See, because she didn't look 51. I'm like, why would you get in the meta world? You lying then. You get in the meta world, you 51, and you look like you 18 in the meta.
Well,
What is
someone did say that their meta person is totally different than them in person.
Yeah.
And then he said, I don't know, he was so awkward. He said, "Well, you're not ugly." And she said, "I didn't say I was ugly."
Yeah, he kind of, he lost after that. Because she was just like, what? I almost, he came back though. But when he said you're not ugly, she was just like, so what you saying?
Right. Why
And
you say it
I'm
like
looking
that?
at it like, man, you got to bounce back, say something real quick. But yeah, he got back on track.
But nobody really, well, I mean, not a lot of people is when they create someone, whether it's the meta world or a game, like, people don't really create themselves.
That's true.
So some
Yeah.
people do.
Well, if he created himself, then he wouldn't be able to talk to anybody on the metal world because he don't talk to anybody out in the real world.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't no different from 2K. Because I'm really 5'6" in real life. My dude's 6'6" on 2K.
Right. Like, do you have them with the same hairstyle and stuff as you?
No.
No, I ain't got no hair. Well, dang. I used to have a bald fade. Yeah, he got a bald fade in 2K.
But currently, do you have a bald fade?
Yeah,
Where?
it's bald with a nice fade on the side. So I make the sides bald, and then the top a little bit. Yeah. Why are you talking about this? Stop talking about it.
Do you make your player like with a beard?
Yeah, yep. So his facial structure, beard, hair, facial hairs are just like mine.
Oh, okay.
Only thing different, he got hair, I don't.
Yes. See,
I got a little hair.
my dude would be like 6'10". I do keep the beard, like mine, but my dude has like reddish orange hair, but it's like braided. I'm like, back when I would have
Right.
like, But yeah, so like you create your own what you feel like you want your person to look like.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's you, and other times it's a majority of the time it's really not.
But
you.
even in the meta world, remember them two guys had met?
Oh,
And
yeah.
they look like they characters. You know what I mean?
They did. Besides, I thought one on character was a little darker than he was.
Right.
But Yeah, was they engaged? Got married or something?
They met in the meta world.
They dating like real life dating.
Yeah, they met in the meta world, and then they wind up reaching out to each other, and they, then they wind up getting engaged. Well, a couple of years after that, after they got to know each other in the meta world, it's crazy how that worked. Like they spent so much time in the meta world where they actually got to know each other.
Not only that, like they was, I don't know. It's just crazy. So like in the meta world, they had went somewhere and was talking about how blue the ocean was or something like that. And I just don't know how you wrap your head around that when you can just walk outside and walk somewhere
Right.
to see the ocean. And is it going to be that blue? Absolutely not.
Right.
But I don't know.
But not everybody can, just walk and see the ocean. Like we
That's
don't necessarily live next to an ocean, but
No, but I'm saying you can walk outside, get in your car, plane, travel, wherever you need to do.
Yeah.
If you want to see a real live ocean.
Right.
But a lot of people within this world, we need that kind of instant satisfaction. So you can plan it, but like it's like, or you can just go see it in a different world, and it's most likely going to look like how it's going to look in the real world. Mm-hmm. So like just that quick instant satisfaction thing is what people be wanting nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they wound up met in the meta world. Did it, it was like one of those adventurous type games. They met in there, and then they wind up reaching out to each other, and it's crazy. From the meta world, they wind up being engaged.
So my thing is, are we too engaged to where we don't want to talk to other people or be around other people?
Yeah, because
I'm talking about as society.
Yeah, because the technology is super crazy now.
It is
Because like I don't know about y'all, but like when I grew up, like there wasn't really technology, but I grew up where like I've seen it start and I've seen it grow, but I was still very much doing normal kid stuff.
Yeah.
Playing outside and doing and riding bikes and all that type of stuff. But it's crazy because now the new generation is like relying so much on it, and so it can be. So you can have kids who might know a lot about technology, but when it comes to them actually being a people person, they don't know how to interact with people.
They have lost people skills.
Yeah.
I can just tell by how the way they be acting at the school. They don't know how to interact with people. And everything is so angry. Like, why are you this mad? And then they can't even tell you why they're that mad. Like, what are you mad about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it's like, but a question for you guys, like, as a parent, how do you strike that balance? Because like sometimes if you're not really like paying attention to your kid, then they can get lost within that social media world. How do you keep the balance of?
Oh, you have King. I take everything. That's the balance.
King who? King I take everything.
King, you take everything.
No, I ain't no king. I take everything. Well, you don't though. I mean, me as a parent, I feel like I try to have a good balance of like letting your kid or letting your child be able to be a kid at the same time. Be a kid at the same time, but at the same time, like I try to let her know, like when it comes to technology and stuff like that, because phone, TV, video games and stuff like that, try to take away from that, because she have a lot of skills. She could do a lot of other stuff. And that's from me, hey, I'm going to take this, find something else to do. You know what I mean?
But it don't always work like that. It ain't to find something else to do, because sometimes you have to find stuff for them to do.
No, but she has a lot of skills. So she
do
dip and dapper to some of everything. So if I do decide to take that and be like, okay, you're gonna have to find something to do, she'll go to resort to what she do, whether it's braiding hair, whether it's sewing, whether it's knitting or something like that, to kind of free her from these these devices. So I just try to have a good balance with that. Or whenever she get in trouble, I take it. Yeah. So
because nowadays it's like like kids are getting phones younger and younger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're getting iPads and tablets as kids to watch kids shows. Like for me, like I feel like you can watch kids shows on TV.
True.
You don't need an iPad.
But everybody don't have cable.
True.
I think.
In order to watch some of that stuff, like it has to be paid for.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like
Because
you don't have
can
cable, but you have money for iPad.
But
Yeah,
you can,
facts.
yes, because you can pay for the internet,
True.
and all you have to do is just watch it or connect to somebody Wi-Fi, and it's just there. Like that instant stuff you was talking about. You don't have to wait for a show to come on.
Right.
It's there.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing, me being a barber, I feel like it's a good thing and bad thing because like I get parents that come in here with cell phones and iPads and stuff like that, and I'm cutting the kid's hair, and then they give it to the kid, and like sometimes it's a good thing because it can distract them from the haircut, but then it's a bad thing because like when I'm cutting them, they get to moving around, and then depending on what they got on, if it's like a musical, they dancing and bobbing their heads and turning and stuff like that. So as a barber, man, like I'd be like, it's cool, it's good, but at the same time, I'm like, I'd rather for him not to have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That way he can interact with me. You know what I mean? Because I talk to kids. You know what I mean? I like to talk to them. You know, kind of get them distracted. But like I say, sometimes like these devices help them. Sometimes they don't. So I guess it depends on the kid. You know what I mean? But I think it can be a good thing, but also it can be a bad thing. So
One thing that you had said was, to let a kid be a kid. And a question that came to my mind is like, what does that mean now? Because back then, like when people would say, "Oh, let your kid be a kid," that meant, going outside and exploring. But now it's like, what does let a kid be a kid mean nowadays?
It's the same.
same thing.
It's the same. It's the same as what we did as kids. It's just a matter of them going outside.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it means. It's the same.
Okay.
It don't mean that you sit at home all day on your phone.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah, get them into activities. It's the same.
Okay.
That's really the thing. Well, for me, being a parent, like keep them active. Like it ain't even got to be cell phone and devices and stuff like that. If you can get your kid into like a book club or boys and girls club or like a what's that Girl Scouts, get them into things. You know what I mean? I feel like that'll help get them away from some of these devices. If you can actually get them into something physical, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sports. It's a lot of stuff to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
But
the
I
same
just feel
stuff.
like-
It's the getting them involved.
I feel like what parents do to kind of get rid of their kids or get them out the way, they give them this, like, here, go
Right.
sit down, go take that. You know what I mean? And like I say, I seen it a lot in the shop when kids acting up, and I'm like, it would be wild to me because I'm like, you come to somebody else's shop and your kids is just like all over the place, and I'm looking at, like I'm looking at a fly run around the room, and I'm like, man, you better get your child.
Right.
Because I'm gonna say so. You know what I'm saying? Because I be feeling. And some parents don't like nobody saying nothing to their kids, but I might slip and say something. Like, hey, have a seat.
Right.
Sit down. You know what I'm saying? This ain't. You know what I mean? That's So
But this is your place
If you
of
bring your
business,
kids to my
okay.
shop, and they running around terrorizing stuff, I'm gonna say something. I'm telling you that right now. So say Good Vibes Barbershop. We good vibes over here. But if your kid running around, it's messing with my vibe. So I'm gonna say something. But anyway.
Do you feel like there is a difference between a woman saying something to someone else's kids and a man? Like, do you feel like there's a difference, or do you feel like it doesn't
To
matter?
someone else's kids or your kids, because you have to watch what you say to someone else's kids. It don't matter who it is. You have to watch what you say
Right.
to other people's kids. The difference is that this is Tony's business. So if he feel like some kid is doing too much in his business,
Right.
then he has the right to say that, because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even like kids in their business in case they're getting their hair done.
Right.
Other than that, they don't want you in here. So no, it don't matter who it is. It's they have to be okay with other people saying something to their kids
Yeah.
in their establishment. Okay, I guess with that being said,
That was it.
technology has taken over the world, and we just have to be in the world with it. Alrighty, so that was our opinions about the submarine and being controlled, and the AI thing that's like all over the place, but it's new, some of it was new to me. So if you ever want to date chat, speed dating, and you don't really want to see the people, go to the metaverse. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's all for Sit and Chat 612.
Peace out.